Hello. Well, it looks like this has been on for 50 seconds. I'm showing a timer of 50 seconds now, and I was not even getting a countdown that it was starting. So, apologies to anybody that is watching live for that, because I sat there looking at it and staring at it. But yeah, I think we're having technical difficulties today. So today is not going to be the live that we had scheduled with George from who I thought it was Jorge, but he prefers George from Portugal. And we had some beautiful pictures. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just put one up here for you to see. How beautiful is that? And we will reschedule. We will have him on, and I will look forward to seeing you all soon. In the meantime, if you have any other questions or any questions at all about the state of travel these days, I'd be glad to answer any. As a matter of fact, I think there's a couple of them a couple places, things I'll just go over real quick. It might be helpful for some people to know about a lot of questions I've been getting. One is, seems like a lot of people still aren't quite clear on re-entering the United States, and that even if you are fully vaccinated, you do have to test for COVID to re-enter the United States. We were just in Costa Rica for 11 days, and that all went very smoothly, both entering into Costa Rica and re-entering into the United States. We had our COVID test done at the resort, the last place we stayed, which, by the way, was absolutely fabulous. And I wish I was prepared with some pictures of that resort to show you, because it was absolutely wonderful at the Arenal volcano. It's called Tabacon Thermal Resort and Spa, and really worth it. And of course, a virtuoso property. So if you're ever interested in booking that, just let me know. I'll get you all the amenities. And anyway, back to the what I was talking about on the testing. So yes, you have to test to get in the United States from a foreign country. You do not have to test to return to the mainland from Hawaii, but you do still have to test to get into Hawaii. And the different islands have different protocols, so there are some issues with all of that. I've heard a lot of different stories about it. They're getting it smoothed out a lot more than it was. So Hawaii is doing better on that front. And Alaska is going to have cruising starting in late July, I believe. So that's great. There's some more options there. Some of the smaller ships are able to cruise there already, such as Lindblad and Uncruise. So those are options in Alaska. We have so far, let's see, Morocco now does not require you to have a PCR test to come into the country. That's a new announcement. As does Costa Rica. You do not have to have a PCR test to come in there, or Mexico. So those are all good options. As most people know, Italy is opening her doors, and everybody's very, very excited about that. Now, that's not without a few headaches, though. So whether you really want to go at this particular minute or not is kind of depends on your tolerance for things. Because right now you have to be, if you don't want to quarantine when you get there, you do have to be on an official COVID-free flight, which means that everybody that is on the flight has been tested for COVID prior to getting on the flight and has all those results. And the way I understand it, you also have to have a rapid test, a 4-hour antigen test prior to takeoff from the embarkation point of the COVID-free flight. And at this point, that is in Atlanta, New York, Boston, maybe Miami, I believe. And those are all Delta flights at the moment. I think United has a couple, but I'm not familiar with what their gateways are, because we mostly use Delta here. And then you have to test again, the rapid test, when you land. So it's quite a ordeal to go through to get to Italy right now, but for some people that is absolutely worth it. France has opened up, and Spain is following. Of course, you can go to Greece now, Croatia now. The more northern countries, we haven't heard much yet from. Germany. Let's see, Germany. We don't know about the Netherlands yet. Of course, we're back and forth with Great Britain constantly because they, things keep fluctuating there. But Ireland has announced opening. Switzerland did announce opening. I think that's June 28th, if I remember correctly. And trying to think some others. Of course, all of the African countries, or most anyway, are open and receiving people, which is wonderful, wonderful news, because it's the season, and it's getting great. Migration is starting in Tanzania, and we'll be moving into Kenya soon. We've got spaces on our trip to Kenya in January, and would love to have some other people join in. If you're interested in a trip to Kenya in January, there are plenty of options for some other trips, even this year still. I shouldn't say plenty of options, but there are some available spots. So if you have some flexibility and feel like, maybe I want to take off and go to Kenya this year, or Tanzania, or South Africa. I've had some friends recently that have been to Namibia, which is really big on my bucket list. I can't wait to get there, and had a fabulous experience there. So good news there. So yeah, there's plenty of places to go. It's just a matter of getting it all set up and getting you on your way. So of course, as usual, my newsletter comes out every Wednesday. So it was out yesterday, and I'd love to have you sign up for it. I simply go to my website at kleinandcotravel.com. That's Klein with a C, C-L-I-N-E. And A&D is spelled out, co travel.com. And put your email in there in the pop-up, and you will get that each week, and lots of good information in there. So any questions? I'd love to answer some questions, or have somebody say hello. We've got some viewers here, and love to share with you some more things. Maybe I'll just talk for a minute about Costa Rica, because we did really have a fabulous trip there. So the trip to Costa Rica was postponed from 2020. We were supposed to go when my son Kevin graduated from high school. And of course, his graduation didn't really turn out to be a graduation either. It turned out to be a drive-through thing, and he didn't have school in person his last 3 months of last year. But we went ahead and did the trip this year to Costa Rica. Had a great time. We rented a house near Tamarindo, not right in Tamarindo, but near there. Beautiful beach, absolutely beautiful beach. And the kids surfed. We walked the beach a lot. Great shelling. And then we could take a little ferry boat over to the town of Tamarindo and go have lunch, or enjoy the town a little bit if we wanted to. And we went and did some zip lining and a few things like that. So we had some nice activities there. And then the last 3 days we went to Arenal, the volcano, and oh my gosh, I have some amazing pictures from there, and I really, really need to update my blog. I haven't done that. Need to do that. Some great pictures there. Beautiful birds. Got to see monkeys. The volcano one morning was absolutely clear as can be, and that view was right from our hotel room. And at the hotel in the spa, there were the hot springs there, which were just divine. Food was wonderful, and we really loved the country. I would go back in a heartbeat. I'd like to go to Manuel Antonio, and I'd also like to go to San Jose. It's a colonial city, and I'd like to see about the history there, and the architecture and the buildings and so forth. So again, apologies that we did not get the live done that we were supposed to get done today. This picture that you're looking at is from the Atlantic side of Portugal. We are going to reschedule that. We're going to figure our tech out and see what the problem was. We'll get that rescheduled. We'll be back soon. So I'll look forward to seeing you hopefully next week.